Hello friends, welcome to this new video. Today we are going to discuss about the stock. We will start with understanding that what is stock, what is a stock register, and how we can view the stock register in Tally, and how we can extract the stock register from Tally. Let's discuss what is stock, which is also called as inventory or goods as well. So, stock is basically the collection of all the goods and material which the business holds either for the purpose of selling it further or for utilizing it for the production process. The stock is usually categorized into the following categories. It is either called as stock in trade in case you are buying the products and you are selling them, it is called stock in trade. And if you are into the business of manufacturing something, you will also have raw material and consumables, semi finished goods and finished goods. Each and every stock item is associated with a particular name or may have also a part number or unique ID which might be given to it to identify the item. Each item is assigned to a particular stock group and category. When we talk about the group and category, we mean that each and every item is either a raw material or a consumable or a stock in trade, depending upon the nature of the business. Stock means that we understand that what is the quantity, what is the cost price, what is the price, and what is the rate, and what is the standard selling price. Now, let's briefly discuss that what is a stock register. Stock register is basically a record which is maintained periodically for each location where stock is kept. It captures the movement of stock, what was the opening stock, how much stock was bought or was transferred from other locations, how much stock was manufactured, how much stock was out in terms of how much was sold, if was transferred to the other locations, and if any stock was consumed, and also the closing stock values. Essentially, the stock register comprises the quantity, rate, cost value, and the relatable market value as well. Now let's discuss that what is the purpose and scope of this stock ledger. Stock ledger is basically the stock of inventory, which is a detailed record as discussed earlier of all the stock movements, whether stock received or stock sold or sent. It's a real time overview of stock in hand by group, by quantity, the value at a go down or location level. It tracks the inflow and outflow of the stocks. It is important to understand the valuation of the stock to calculate the cost of goods sold, and which helps you to understand it, what is the margin you are getting. This also gives a real time visibility to the management, which helps them to control the losses, any overstocking, any theft of stock, etc. This is also a requirement for the purpose of audit and financial reporting, that you should have a detailed record of stock. Maintaining a stock register is essential for decision making as well. It allows you to take decisions about at when and why you have to buy stocks, at what price, what are your cost of productions, how you can manage your supply chain efficiency, and for the purpose of management reporting in terms of the value you are carrying, whether you are carrying extra stock or you are carrying lower stock what is required, all these things can be reviewed and understood from the stock register only. So not only for the purpose of accounting, also for the purpose of business decisions, you need to have the stock register. So any entity which is dealing with goods would need to maintain the stock register. Only in few exceptions where the business is delivering services only may not be maintaining stock registers, or might be maintaining stock registers only for consumables, depending upon the materiality. Let's move on to the next step, that how can we view the stock register in Tally and how we can pull it from Tally. Before we move on to the steps, Let's first understand that what do you need before you start this process. The first thing you would need is that the licensed tally should be installed on your system, and the second thing is that you should open the installed tally. The third thing is that you should have the path of the tally data which is saved on your system for the entity or company for which you want to open the tally data and use it. The first step is to open the folder where the tally data is saved. The next step is to select the path of that folder and copy this path. If you are opening the tally for the first time, it will go to a prompt where it will ask you to select a company. But if you have already some data opened in your tally and you want to change and use the data which you have copied recently, press F3. That will also open this prompt where you can choose the data which you want to open. After choosing the F3, there is a third option which says specify path. Select that option and enter. Once you enter on that, you can paste the data which you have copied where your tally data is saved. After you pasted the data and you pressed enter, the tally application will read the data of tally which you had copied here. This ensures that you are using the correct data only. This step is important because sometimes you may have multiple tally data saved with you, and before you work on something, make sure that you are opening the right set of tally data only for the right entity and company, as the case may be. Now, since you have ensured that you are into the right set of tally data, make sure that you are in the right accounting period. If the accounting period which you have opened is not correct, use the command of Alt plus F2. This will allow you to enter the right accounting period and change the financial year for which you want to drill down or you want to check the further information. So in nutshell, these two steps are important. First of all, you are in the right set of data, and secondly, you have chosen the right accounting period. Then only you should start your next step. Now the next step is that you can see now let's discuss the next step after ensuring that you are into the right set of tally data and you have changed the accounting period. There is a prompt on the right side of tally which is called gateway of tally. Under the section of reports, the third option is stock summary. When you click on the stock summary, it will give you a brief view of the stock available as on a particular date. You will notice that once you are into the stock register, the information is not in the right manner. It is at the group level and the complete movement of stock is not visible. First of all, you have to ungroup it so that you can see the details at a detailed stock line item level. To ungroup the details, use the command of Alt plus F1, which will help you to view the details of stock at each line item level, including the totals at a group level. Now you can see the details at a line item level, but still this information is incomplete. You need the movement of stock, for which you have to press F12 and make appropriate selections to view the movement of the stock. When you press F12, you will be able to see a configuration prompt where you need to make sure that you say yes to the quantity and value details, including the opening stock and closing balances. After making the appropriate selections, when you enter, you will be able to view the complete movement of the stock comprising of the opening stock, inwards, outwards, and the closing value and the quantity of the stock. Now, once we are satisfied with the view that we are able to see the stock in a manner which we should be able to view, the next step is to extract this stock ledger into Excel or PDF as the case may be. We strongly suggest that you should always try to export the information in Excel for using it for various purposes. So now let's discuss that how we can export the stock ledger and use it. To expect to export a particular report, the standard command is Control plus E, which will open the functionality of exporting it. First of all, go into configure and make sure that the file format is Excel if you want to download the report in Excel. Now, after making, you can change the name of the file which you want to download. You can name it in the manner you want to name it. And now, when you come to the export option again, you can go to the export directly and it will extract the report in the format, and this will be saved in the path either given by you in the configure option or in the default path where you can go and open the file. Now go to the path where the file was extracted, open the file, make sure that the file in Excel was extracted completely and it has the exact same information which you can view in the tally itself. You can rename the file in the manner you want, and you must save the file in the right folders for further usage. But you have to have patience and you should not disrupt the process once you make the right selection. So it is important to make the right selections. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching.